the witnesses should not just be mentioned in passing, they should be very specific. The probability of interference should be so real so that, Your Honor, in a similar application, you should see the interference. And in the present case of Sebastian Meriti, Your Honor, the interference was so real. Actually, the suspect in that case had dismembered the limbs of a witness who testified in person. Your Honor, in the present circumstances, you should be extremely worried, Your Honor. You should be very worried. I urge you, Your Honor, to be very worried. Not a single piece of name of the witnesses is mentioned. And I think my senior, Mr. Karuri, this morning on his way to the railway station, found himself in the bus station, Your Honor. He must be taken back to where he should go. Who are these witnesses? You cannot tell the court that these are witnesses from Kapseret constituency. This is a constituency with about 1 million people, Your Honor. Such generic application, Your Honor, should be disregarded in as much as it's very abusive of the court process. There is a big distinction between this case and the case of the accused person before you. Allow me, Your Honor, very amply to proceed to the case of Triple K versus Republic. Your Honor, at page 2, paragraph 4 of that decision, the principles of the bond and bail policy are highlighted. I know Your Honor is very studious. Interference of witnesses is the one cited by the prosecution in this case. These are witnesses they are mentioning in Utopia. Not a single piece of name is mentioned. It is so generic. I urge you, Your Honor, to ignore that limb of interference of witnesses. Your Honor, to the final authority of Joktan Mayende, this is a decision by Justice F. Gikonyo. And Your Honor, the good judge started by defining what is a compelling reason. You will find that at paragraph number 3. More importantly, Your Honor, the issue of interference of witness came at the risk of boring this court. We do not know who these witnesses are. But Your Honor, you have to look at this in the context of the intended counts. Are these the kind of counts that the accused person can interfere with? Fire testing of a firearm? This is something that is done under very heavy security apparatus of this country. Fire testing of firearms is not even done in Nakuru. It is not done in Eldoret. This is a functionary done, Your Honor, within very serious security apparatus of this country. Same thing to confirming the identity of a vehicle. Your Honor, assault cannot be continuous. How do you interfere with investigation of assault? Your Honor, I urge you, in light of those three authorities, to find that they are in favor of the accused person. I reiterate, Your Honor, very amply, that in the absence of draft information, allow bond with such terms, such conditions, Your Honor, as you may deem fit. And finally, Your Honor, what is before you is more important for what it does not say than what it says. This is probably, Your Honor, the beginning of pre-trial detentions in this country. And Your Honor, you are a citadel of the rivers of justice. We shall be demonstrating that what we now have as a country, and that is why we are urging the court to be on guard, to be vigilant. We are seeing cannibalization of institutions by the executive arm of government, militarization of politics, and politicization of the police. You want to let politicians deal with their political death outside there. Let politicians, Your Honor, sort out their issues in political rallies and arena. Please, Your Honor, safeguard this temple of justice by disallowing this sad attempt to violate the right to liberty, to violate the right of freedom of expression by using the carpet of the temple of justice. Your Honor, we shall forever pray that you dismiss this application, allow the rivers of justice to flow towards the accused and other people who are probably not on the right side of government that controls security apparatus. We are most obliged, Your Honor.